I apologize for the poor audio quality in this video. I can assure you that next time it will be much better. I hope you can bear with it, because this guest has some amazing things to say. Thank you and enjoy. You're listening to another episode of Medium Talk. This is actually episode 13, part 2. And in this part, I want to talk about more of the 9 to 5 workday and compare that with the entrepreneurial lifestyle, as well as talk about the entrepreneurial philosophy. With me, I have Josh Eichel to talk. He is the CEO and founder of All In Nutrition. Josh, thank you very much for coming on the show. It is much appreciated. You have inspired me with your work over the past couple of years. Thank you. So,
no problem.
Yeah, I want to get right into it. So, you are currently working at All In Nutrition. So why don't you just tell the audience a little bit about what that is? Give like the elevator pitch for us.
Yeah, no worries. So I'll just give you a quick little background here. About 2 years ago, I started All In Nutrition, and the company was really born out of a frustration for the current nutritional bar landscape. Personally, being in classes at that time, I was eating around 1 to 2 bars a day. I was sandwiching bars together, and it finally dawned on me that if I wanted something, if I wanted a perfect product, if you will, if I wanted to take all my favorite things about all the bars in the world and come up with one product, I was going to be the only one to do that. Thus, All In Nutrition was born, All In being an all-in-one concept. So the idea behind the bars was to take all the different aspects of all the bars in the world and look at the current market trends of non-GMO products, etc., and kind of combine that all together. So thus we released our first bar after much trial and error in the kitchen. First bar was maple. Really excited. And once we had that first bar, first recipe, and those first sales, it was kind of, we just had to keep pushing forward from there. As soon as you get a little taste, you want the whole pie. That's kind of how it's always been.
Yeah, I actually tried them a while back, and I was very surprised about how low the cost was, and just the taste was very homemade, I guess, as close to homemade as you can get.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Yeah. So this is my deep dive question. So are you more attracted to the idea of your business or the idea of being an entrepreneur?
That is a fantastic question. I'm going to answer that going back to my background. So I'm a student at Northeastern University, and at Northeastern we have a co-op program. So a co-op program allows for us to work in our field of choice, the field of study. So for me, I'm studying mechanical engineering, and I've been able to work in 3 companies, do the 9 to 5, and or all the way up to having 80-hour weeks. Being in that position, having a boss, having that grind, it's really pushed me towards realizing that I would like to be an entrepreneur, work for myself, and just have total control. Now, the only way that I think I can come to that conclusion is having had those experiences, and that's not saying that post-graduation that I would want to move forward into, just going full-time with All In Nutrition. But it's really looking at the different streams of revenue, what can support your lifestyle, and then pushing forward. So I like to do things in parallel. All In Nutrition is a fantastic idea. It's ahead of the curve. We've heard through people in the industry that it's a novel idea. However, it's in a crowded market. So whenever you have a product in a crowded market, it's a little bit tougher. So with being an entrepreneur, having that toughness and getting a little bit deterred is the only reason why I think it's very valuable to know what you want and to have the experience, know that you are making the right choice of being a full-time entrepreneur versus the 9 to 5 grind.
That's a great answer. So I always like to give tips, new ideas, and you've already given plenty of new ideas, but there are a lot of people out there that want to be entrepreneurs, a lot of people that never become entrepreneurs. Do you think that the economy, and this might be changing the subject quick, but do you think, let's say everybody that wanted to be an entrepreneur became an entrepreneur, would that be even support, could the economy support such a thing?
Yes, and that's a very good question, because it's how do you define entrepreneur?
Right.
I give you an example. You could be like me. I want to create a physical product, and I want to get into every store, into everybody's hands. Or you could focus on yourself as that product, and you say that I'm going to work that 9 to 5 grind. However, I'm going to save 20%, invest it, compound, and you can be just as successful as someone that has a company that gets bought or a company that reaches those levels of success. So everyone 100% could be an entrepreneur. Now, if your definition of it is being entrepreneurial, meaning that you'd have to create a physical product, I'm not sure where that would go.
Right.
Because you could clutter the market. So everyone could create products. However, the market, and I think naturally things would become more inflated. It kind of becomes a question of supply and demand. So if you keep recreating the same thing over and over, what's going to be special?
Right. Yeah. So then again, that kind of leads into this question, which is entrepreneurship for everybody? Is there a piece of entrepreneurship in everybody, or is it only really for certain types of people?
Entrepreneurship is for everybody if that person wants it. So the biggest thing about being an entrepreneur is the ups and downs. You're going to have them no matter what. There's, thousands upon thousands of examples out there. And if you want it bad enough, you definitely can do it. So, yes, it's for everyone, but you have to definitely look deep in and feel it. I personally like to think that you're born with it. You're a product of your parents. You're a product of a situation. And that will kind of dictate, A, your product, B, if you want to become an entrepreneur or not. Like I said, again, you can be a self-entrepreneur and really focus down on yourself and about increasing your net worth. Net worth is that being a product, since you are a physical product, right? But it's all about wanting it because you have to go through the road. It's the way of the road.
So there are people. There's kind of this growing sense, in my opinion, that like to really achieve the American dream, you kind of have to go the entrepreneurial route. Like, it seems like the new idea of the American dream is not necessarily get a good job and then like a 9-to-5 and be able to afford a house and everything, but it's more like the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Elon Musks, which are like the symbols of the American dream now, at least in my view. And so you might disagree with that, but I want to like reach out to those people that are working 9-to-5, and I want to know your opinion. Like, how can they feel better about what they're doing at their job, even though it is a 9-to-5, even though they're not the boss, even though they didn't invent anything special? How can they feel more like important about the work that they're doing?
That's a good question. I'm going to answer the first part, where I believe that the American dream at the core of its values is still the same. Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk are the same type of people that the first ever entrepreneurs are. That's just kind of my personal opinion on that matter. The American dream is very well and alive, and it's the same thing at its core roots. It's just taking a different form, a different, persona, if you will.
Right.
Second off, working the 9-to-5, you said it. 9-to-5 is an 8-hour shift, leaving you 16 in your day. Say you sleep 8. So you've already used up 16, now you have 8 to do whatever your heart desires. So I believe that if someone doesn't want to create a product, become an entrepreneur, whatever, invest that 8 into yourself, because that can dictate your mood, personality, moving into that 9-to-5. It's all about increasing your net worth, whether that's personality goal. It's all about striving forward, because it's easy. It's very easy to fall down.
Right, and I encourage people to, if they don't feel like they're an entrepreneur, but they feel they have a skill, reach out to someone that wants to be an entrepreneur, because I see a lot of people that want to be an entrepreneur and want to run their own business, but they don't have the ideas, they don't have the creativity, they don't have the skills. And so there's a lot of creative people that don't really want to deal with the business side, but they know somebody that wants to deal with the business side, and that they can connect with those people. So I always encourage people to reach out to their network and to their friends. So I want to wrap up. I like to keep these short, but I want to ask you, what is like some of your greatest, what's like the biggest lesson that you've learned, and how can you like, what do you have to say to like young people that have good ideas and talent? Like, what have you learned, and what's like a good piece of advice that you can give people?
I would definitely want to say to people that the road of becoming an entrepreneur and living a passion is so worth it. I give you the example of All In Nutrition, right? When someone sees me, after they say, "How are you?" it's how is All In Nutrition before school. People know about it. It's prideful.
Right.
And even when you struggle, it's worth it for the reaction that you get. People definitely value you putting forth your best effort to achieve a dream. Now, say nothing ever happens, right? The best thing you can do is to learn from it. Key value, key value. Now on this road, right, there is lows, and it's important to learn the most from the lows. It's easy to, go on easy street, that's fine. It's great when you're on a high, and it's the best thing. It makes you keep on doing it. But when you're in lows, you have to refocus, and you have to remember that feeling of being on a high. And, that's kind of the best thing. It's, Nike's whole slogan, man, just do it. It's a beautiful thing. You just got to keep that in your head.
Honestly, I couldn't end this thing better. So thank you very much, Josh, for coming on the show. It's much appreciated. You're very well spoken. I wish you the very best with All In Nutrition. I'll definitely make sure to be chewing on some of those this summer when I'm, running around and biking and stuff. So
Yeah,
this
for sure. Cool. I really appreciate you having me on the show.
Yeah, thanks, man. So this has been episode 13 of Medium Talk. I'm your host, Cole Nunley. Keep creating.